Welcome back to Midday Live. We are joined by Jason Dennen, who is an author and inspirational speaker. Now, you are the author of this book, 8 Days Till Sunrise, and I want to read this really quick. A true story of survival, rebirth, and discovering my purpose in life. That is very, very eye-catching. Tell us about the book.
Sure. So it's inspired by an event that happened in my life, a big accident. I was skydiving. I was coming in for a landing 150 feet off the ground. Some huge wind comes off the mountains, picks me up, slams me through a fence in the side of an airplane hangar going 30 miles an hour. I hit so hard my heart was displaced to the other side of my chest. Airlifted by Flight for Life helicopter to the nearest level 1 trauma center and right into emergency surgery. I spent 8 days in a coma. They had to fix 20 bones, 4 organs. 3.5 months in the hospital, had to relearn to walk, and then after I got out of the hospital, I said to the doctor, well, how much longer before I get to run again? And he said, well, you're probably never going to run again with all your injuries. So I decided to sign up for a triathlon, and then 1 day short of the 1-year anniversary of the accident, I raced in a triathlon again to prove the doctor wrong and to prove that my body worked again.
Wow, that is absolutely incredible. Let me tell you, I was not expecting that answer, but that is an incredible answer. So that's absolutely incredible. Where did the inspiration from this book come from? You mentioned that accident. I mean, what other factors coming out of that coma even, you know, really made you want to write this book?
Yeah, well, the inspiration really is to help other people. I had no intention of writing a book. I was doing a speaking engagement to help inspire and help people going through difficult times, because we all go through difficult times in life. And someone came up to me afterwards and said, I really like your message. Do you have anything you could give my friend who's really struggling in life? And I thought, on the way home, maybe I'm missing out on the whole population I should be talking to that maybe needs a little bit of an inspirational message. So I decided to write my story on in a book so I could hand that to someone else who's in need of help.
Something about this book that really caught my eye. Also the title, 8 Days Till Sunrise. Yeah. Where'd you get that from?
So that's the 8 days in the coma.
Okay, that's what I figured, but I didn't want to assume.
The sun rose. On that first day, I went for a trail run, then went to the airport and got in the accident. And then the coma was really a dark place. And then when I woke up, it was the first time I saw the sunrise coming through my window. And the doctor was looking down at me and he said, you're lucky to be alive. And that's how I woke up. And I said, well, thanks for helping me. And I gave him a little bit of a high five. I had a broken arm and I had a cast. And that was the first time I knew I had a cast on my arm, because I had no idea how broken I was when I went into that coma.
That's absolutely incredible. So after this incident that happened, after this amazing book, do you continue to explore, I would say, maybe dangerous activities like how you did?
Sure. Well, the 5-year anniversary of the accident's coming up in June. So every year I have this holiday I call Coming Back to Life Day that I celebrate for myself on the anniversary of the accident. So every year I try to do something that a doctor said I wouldn't be able to do after the accident. So this year in Rocky Mountain National Park on Mount Ypsilon, there's a ice gully or couloir called the Y Couloir that leads to the summit. So it'll be the first technical climbing that I've done since the accident. So that's to celebrate it and say, hey, I'm still doing things that you said I wouldn't be able to do. So whether you consider that dangerous or not, I guess it depends on the person, but.
That's incredible. Now you will be, tell us where you will be tomorrow signing these books.
Yeah, Barnes & Noble in Grand Junction from 11 to 4. I'll be there. I'll answer all your questions, whether you want to know how God saved me via a miracle and gave me a new purpose again, whether you want to see scars, whether you want to ask about what it's like to fight through a coma. You can ask any question that you like.
Yeah, and very quickly, I mean, you're not a stranger to Colorado. You live in Boulder.
I do.
You've lived there for many, many years.
Yes.
I mean, how does it feel coming to Western Colorado from Boulder? The scenery, you love to do outdoor things like that?
Oh, I love the wide open spaces, the expanses. The desert is a magical place that you can get lost in a good way. Also in a bad way, I suppose, but I love the western slope, and especially the spring and the fall. Nothing's better than exploring the desert, whether you're hiking or climbing or any activity.
Yeah. Well, you have a great story that is obviously right here in this book, so thank you for coming on today. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Of course, no problem. We'll be right back after this.